Hello everybody, this is Calkos, and sorry it's been a long time since I've uploaded. I've been quite busy trying to run my my community mashout, which the Discord is in the description. If you like fighting games and you're looking for people to play, make sure you click that link and check out what we have on offer. We mostly play Tekken, but we are looking to branch out into other games. So the reason why I am coming back today is because I want to start doing some match analysis stuff, specifically in Tekken. And I love Tekken. It's probably my favorite fighting game of all time. And this is actually my first Tekken game, but I fell in love with it, and I've always wanted to learn more. Vroom, vroom. So, I said to Big Willie, who's another admin of the group, Big Willie-isms, and I said to him that I'd be doing some match analysis on his gameplay to help him learn and grow as a player, so I figured, yeah, I'll do it. So I recorded some of his matches, some of his player matches online, and I'm going to analyze one of them today, try to tell him where he's doing well, where he's doing poorly, and to try to give him some advice to help improve, and maybe I'll help you improve. But this is not just to help him improve or to help you guys improve, it's also to help me improve. Talking about this information and what I'm about to say, I might be completely wrong on some of these things. So if there's anybody that's smarter than me, if they catch something where I'm way off or way wrong, they can very much, you just say in the comments if you disagree with anything that I say in the video, and I'll read it, because that discussion only helps me learn and grow as a player and as a teacher. So this is Big Willie on the left, Siryu, one of his friends, on the right. Willie playing Hwoarang, as he usually does. Siryu playing Dragunov. And I don't think Dragunov is his main. I believe Jin is his main. But we're going to watch this match and we're going to see what happens. Okay. So this is on an infinite stage, infinite Azure. Let's see. Okay, spacebar pauses. Nice.
Fight.
Alright, so we open up with a jab from Dragunov. Good pressure with the down 3-4. Alright, so right there, I'll tell you what you did right there. You did, I believe, down back 3, which is that low poke, and that causes forced crouch. So, Hwoarang in full crouch is notoriously linear. A lot of his powerful options from forced crouch, fully crouched, are very linear. So if you do a low poke or something that puts you into crouch, your opponent can sidestep you, and they can punish you for quite a bit of damage. Excuse me. Which is exactly what you see here. I'll back up. So, down 3, right there, puts you into forced crouch. See that? And Siryu right now is in crouch, but what's going to happen is he's going to stand up. He's not going to punish the poke. He doesn't want to punish the poke because he's afraid of the extension, which does launch. But watch what happens. He backs up, and the while standing 4 whiffs. Now, the second hit would have hit him, either hit or blocked, but he sidestepped it. And that's because a lot of Hwoarang's options from fully crouch are actually linear. You can sidestep them really easily. So you kind of autopiloted there a little bit. Siryu noticed it, sidestepped, and he's going to whiff punish you. So that wasn't as strong as it could have been. Hi. Oh, I've got a cat here. Hello, kidder. Oh, say hi to the audience. Say hello. Yes, I know. Hi. So, he actually could have launch punished there with, down 4-2. He didn't. I don't think he was super confident in it. Either that or he thought you were going to continue something and he would get a counter hit. I'm not entirely certain, but you could have eaten a lot of damage there. But, anyway, let's reverse a little bit and continue. Alright. Alright, so right there. If you'll notice, bye cat. Alright, so back up a little bit. I want to watch that again. Okay, so you pressed buttons and you traded. Now, I'm not sure why you did back 3 there. Back 3 is a move that is either A, a hard call out for crouchers, or B, its more useful application as a whiff punisher. You were both at range 1 right there. There's nothing that Dragunov can do that will whiff, right? Unless you sidestep, which you clearly didn't. You tried to use back 3 as an escape tool, and as an escape tool, it doesn't work. You should never be using back 3 as a means of escaping pressure. You should only be using it as a whiff punisher. That is where it excels. And I know you know this because I've seen you play a lot, and your back 3 as a whiff punisher is mean. It is wonderful. So stop using back 3 as a means of like, okay, get off me, because keep in mind, it's punishable. See that? He only did a jab string there, but back 3 is actually, I believe, minus 16 or 17. Almost the entire cast can launch punish you. So be wary and be warned. Do not use back 3 as an escape tool. It fails. Alright, so he caught you with the snake edge there. That was just a lack of reactions. That's just something you're going to have to work on. He tried to extend it. Okay, that right there was actually kind of good. So what he was expecting you to do is to stand still after the, I believe, forward 4. What was that? Yeah, oh no, forward 3, excuse me. And so what he was going to do is a forward 3, and after the pushback, he's going to do a while running 2. And that's because he's expecting you to stand still and block it, which gives him +5 and great Oki. You did not do this. You did down back 3. Or down back, what is that? 4-4. Never mind. It's down back 4-4. I'm sorry. Wrong notation. I apologize. That is a pretty good response. If you know that the Dragunov is going to run in like that, then that move will definitely blow up Dragunovs while running 2. But only if you do it immediately. If you do it too late, you'll get counter hit, and that's a real big problem. But anyway, that was the proper response, so good job on that. Okay, good damage. Alright, so you see what you did there? Alright, so what he did is he rolled very well after the combo to try to avoid the forward 3, right? Because that's your OTG move right there. You do that to snag a few extra points of damage when your opponent is on the ground. He rolled properly to your right side to avoid it. Now here's what you did. You did backlash. This is a habit that a lot of Hwoarang players, when they're first starting to learn the game and the character, like once they start getting proficient with the character, this is a habit that Hwoarang players pick up. And this is something I see you do a lot. And you can't keep doing this if you want to improve. So Backlash is an extremely powerful move. It is an armor move that is safe, it's high, and the recovery time is extremely good as well, so it's hard to whiff punish. But it's a high, like I said, so it's duckable. And not only that, but you're using it in a situation where he's on the ground and he can easily just press 3, low launch you, and do more damage on you. So I don't know why exactly you did that. A lot of Hwoarang players, whenever they do a move that puts them in right foot forward stance. Oh, I should back up a little bit more, sorry. Whenever they do a move that puts them in right forward, like here, they've always got backlash on deck, and you have to stop doing that. You have to be thinking of when you use backlash, because you will get blown up by really good players if you use it too recklessly. Alright, good approach. Again, see that? What was I just saying? What was I just saying? He noticed when he was on the ground that you that you used backlash right after you did forward 3. So you do it again, and you get launch punished for it. Let's see that again. You approached pretty well there, and he blocked the forward 3. There were so many other things that you could have done, but you autopiloted. You're not thinking about what you should be doing next. You're not thinking about what your opponent has seen so far and what he knows are your habits. So he didn't even have to react. He knew that you were going to do backlash. So he ducks and he punishes. And now you should die here. Okay, so actually you kind of lucked out right there. I was expecting him to do a rage drive into stomp, which would have killed you. But he didn't, so you get another chance. There's the drive. Okay, I actually don't like the down back 4. I think that's down back 4-4 or down 4-4. Probably down 4-4. I can't remember what the notation is, but I actually don't like that option after a blocked rage drive. And I say that because It is a launcher only on counter hit. And if Seiryu blocks it, he can again launch punish for free because it ends in a high with a lot of whiff recovery. So if he blocks it, he can launch punish. Not only that, but if he low parried that, he could have killed you right there. You're lucky that he didn't. You're lucky that he respected you, but I actually really don't like that option. A better option would have been a hell sweep or something like that. A hell sweep would have been a pretty good all or nothing option. If he blocks it, you lose the round, but if he doesn't, you know, you win the round. Another good option would be a mid. A fast, safe mid would have been very good to continue pressure. Down 3-4 is also a very good option as well. Basically, what I'm trying to say is that down 4-4, whatever that move is not a good move to use after a blocked rage drive. You have about 4 years from the time that you start the rage drive to the time that the rage drive finishes to think about the move that you're going to be doing next. So keep in mind what your opponent likes to do and punish them for it, because you are at massive plus frames if this is blocked. Okay, so that was just dumb luck. You did a Peacekeeper, he did while running 2, he happened to win. But of course, this is also a lesson in respecting Dragunov when he's at a distance to do while running 2, but I digress. That's an episode for another day.
Round 2. Fight.
Do you see that? He's keeping his distance perfectly, because when you started that string, let's go back a few seconds. So that right there, you should have blocked. You should have saw that coming. But you see that? You started doing the string, and I think you did that string because you knew it moves you forward, right? So you wanted to try to use it as an way to approach. But he's keeping his distance right there, and he has good movement backwards. So he can just straight up just, you know, not my problem. Just get the hell out of there. So if you're going to approach, it's a lot better to use the armored flamingo move. I don't remember. I think it's in left flamingo or right flamingo, but it's a lot better to approach with that and then cancel the move because it has armor. So if they do high or mid moves, you'll go right through it. If it Hwoarang has really good approach options in this game. He doesn't need to rely on strings to do it. Just going into flamingo repeatedly can do a lot. I wish I knew more about Hwoarang. I should really learn what that movement option is. I'm pretty sure Flake could tell you. I would recommend asking him. Flake is a mutual friend of ours, really good player, but definitely don't be using that string to approach. It's a very bad approach string, and it's easily whiff punishable. Luckily for you, Sarah, you missed his punish. So let's continue. Okay, so that right there was a hard call out. He knows that after that blocked mid kick, what move is it? That right there. Once you block that, you're at a disadvantage, and if you do pretty much anything, a jab will likely win. So he jabbed to check you, which leaves him at +8 and means that you can no longer do flamingo pressure. So jabs can kind of lock you down pretty well as a pressure-based offensive character. So when you do your flamingo pressure, you need to be wary of that, and you want to try and understand what moves you have that move you laterally, I believe is the term, from side to side, or moves that high crush, moves that go under jabs. But if your opponent is jab blocking you, just be careful. See, right there. I mentioned it before, that he can launch punish the down 4-4. See that? That's what happens when that move doesn't connect on counter hit, because you hit him with the first hit of that. Watch. You hit him with it. But even so, if he can react to it, if he knows you're going to use it in a pressure situation, he can still duck and launch punish you for free. That string should only be used in combos. You should only be using it in combos to start the screw. Any other time in the neutral or as a pressure move, you should never ever be using it against a player that knows what it is and how to beat it, because it is so easy to beat. It's laughable. It is a combo string and only a combo string, because if you use it in the neutral, this is exactly what will happen. So get that out of your mind right away. Bit of a fancy combo. Could have gotten more damage easily. Okay, you lucked the fuck out right there. And I'm going to explain to you why. So, after a blocked while running 2, he's at +5. There's a lot of options that Dragunov has when he's +5 and at close range like that. Which is what makes while running 2 so scary. That and the fact that it launches on counter hit. I believe that is back 1+2. I can't remember what it is. I want to see what Siryu does here. Is there any way I can change the playback speed? I don't know, but I want to see what he does. Okay, so he hesitated. Siryu hesitated. I don't know exactly what he did. He might have been trying for an instant while running 2, but you lucked out getting the counter hit on him like that. On paper, you should never be pressing buttons against Dragunov when he's +5 after a block while running 2, but it happened to work out there. And that's how I know that you kind of screwed up a little bit, because you had the counter hit and you could have confirmed into a combo for big damage, but you didn't, because you were not expecting that to counter hit. So on that one, you just have to be confident. You have to be, when you do a move, you have to be like, okay, especially if it's a counter hit combo move, right? If you use a move that launches either on regular hit or counter hit, you have to be confident that it will land, so that way when it does, you can convert into a combo. You should never be using it thinking that it will be blocked. Always use these moves thinking that it will hit. It'll make confirming a lot easier for you. Nice backlash. Execution mistake right there. That's kind of a shame. And see, right there, you're just frantically pressing buttons, right? You're frantically pressing buttons hoping that Siryu's just going to run right into them. If you screw up the execution, that kind of sucks. Just try to take a deep breath and reset the situation. Because right now, he's way back here, and you're way over here. And Dragunov is very good at approaching. And you don't have a lot of really good panic buttons, except for maybe back 1. So, this is dangerous here. Nice throw. Okay, that was a very good throw right there. He could have broken it. So, I'm gonna go back a little bit and take a look. Oh, shit. Back even more. So, what he tried to do right there was launch punish the whiffed Peacekeeper. But when you moved backward, it gave you enough space. That right there, that was prime for a back 3. Hell, you could have even done an up back 3-3 as well. You could have done something a little bit faster because Siryu was at low health. But a back 3 right there, that would have worked perfectly. You are lucky that Siryu didn't tech the throw, but that's all right. I'm pretty sure he gave up at that point. So, okay. Just a thing to watch out for him. I'm gonna go back. He did down 2. He counter hit, right? And you know he counter hit because it did the big explosion noise and you're clutching your knee. That's how you know a counter hit. So what I want to ask about is this right here. Why did you get hit? Did you get hit because you were hitting buttons? Don't do that. Dragunov is a relentless offensive character. You should not be hitting buttons in response to his offense. Instead, you should be trying to sidestep. The sidestep in this case likely wouldn't have worked. Excuse me. Maybe sidestep to the right would have worked. But because Dragunov is at heavy frame advantage. But realistically, you should be you should not be hitting buttons after a Dragunov down 2 on hit. Unless it's like a regular hit and Dragunov still thinks it's season 1. Alright, you didn't do the backlash there. Good. See, again, you're using that in the neutral. Don't be using that in the neutral. Just a reminder. So I kind of want to watch that again because it was kind of a mess of buttons. Okay. So at that point, Siryu was just kind of letting you have your fun, right? Waiting for an opening. And he found it, and now he's just poking you. Because you're hitting buttons trying to establish... at that point, okay, so what happened was that you were hitting buttons and you were having fun kind of hitting them a few times, right? Right here. And so you kept going. But what happened was that, see that? 3 times. 3 times, Dragunov had you on plus because he hit you. If the enemy hits you, unless it's a specific low, he's always going to have the advantage. So when that happens, you need to be able to recognize, okay, he tagged me with a hit, now's the time to defend. But what you do, and I notice this, you're continuing to hit buttons. Here, I'll show you. 1, 2, 3. You see that? You're still hitting buttons. If the enemy tags you with a poke, you have got to go right back on defense mode. You've got to start blocking. If you continue to hit buttons, all you're doing is opening yourself up to the enemy, especially for counter hits. This is dangerous. You should always recognize when your opponent tags you, and then you should block. This isn't Smash here. In Smash Brothers, if the enemy tags you, it's likely that you'll get the advantage back. Unless it's like a specific move into a combo. In this game, it doesn't work like that. You've got to start blocking when the enemy tags you. And, okay, so he blocked that, and I believe you're at a disadvantage, and you continue to hit buttons. It felt like it was kind of without rhyme or reason. I feel like you're losing your train of thought here, because you just got pressured really hard by Dragunov, and now your head is just a big question mark going, what do I do? What do I do? What do you do? Breathe. Slow down the pace of the match. Dragunov is a relentless, offensive, pressure-based character, especially with his approach. The best thing you can do is block, be wary of his grabs, especially since his throw game is very dangerous, and low parry any low pokes that he does. But the other thing to do is try to back up. You're on an infinite stage. There's no walls behind you. Back up and then breathe. Just take a breath. Relax. That's the best thing you can do. And see, I think I know what he's going... Wait. I think I know what he's going to do. Yeah. Okay.
Round 4.
So he's going to start disrespecting you. Watch. Okay. So that was the right response, right? That was the right response. So... this is, he knows he has you mentally broken, right? So he's just gonna start doing that 1, 2 times, and then again, right? Because he knows that you're flustered, because you're so desperate to hit buttons. And again, only then, after you've lost this massive chunk of life here, only then do you start to calm down. Sometimes the best thing you can do is just hold back and breathe. Otherwise, the enemy's just gonna run all over you like this.
KO.
Just take a breath. It'll all be okay. Breathe. Regardless, that was a very nice low parry. It was a bit late, but it was good of you to recognize. And again, I want to notice, you're using backlash as an Oki tool. You should never, ever be using backlash as an Oki tool. Oh, wait. I want to go back. I think that may have been a mistaken input. Yeah, it was a mistaken input. Okay, sorry. It was a mistaken input. That's all right. But if you'll notice, you see that? Siryu's rolling to the left. I want you to notice that, because that's the second time he's doing it, so there's consistency here. He's waiting for you to dash up, and he's rolling to his left, your right. Which completely goes around the forward 3 OTG tool. And he punishes you with a counter hit 3 because you didn't recognize the whiff and you continued. So a lot of this is like you're kind of running on autopilot and you're not thinking about what you're doing. I think that's a lot of the crux about this, you know, your gameplay, is that you don't think, you don't breathe. I'd actually like to put a piece of paper underneath your nose and just count how many seconds you're holding your breath, because I know this. You're not breathing. You're not relaxing. You're tensing up because you don't know what to do. So in situations like this, again, patience, breathe, hold back. It'll all be all right. And see that? He knew. He knew you'd get up with get-up kicks because you're so desperate to tag him with something, anything. So he straight up backdashed on you, waited for the move to come out, and then he launch punished. Yeah. So that match was definitely it definitely highlights a big problem that you have on pressure. The biggest problem that you have is that you don't know to calm down. That's one of the things that it can get kind of hard, because Dragunov is a very overwhelming character, right? He's a character that's built to just kind of be in your face all the time. He's got a very scary throw game. His down two, while nerfed from season 1, is still very powerful. And his while running 2 means that he's dangerous at a distance as well. So it can be kind of difficult to play against Dragunov, but the best thing you can do is, instead of hitting buttons and hoping to God you'll get a hit in, is just to breathe and block and focus on defense. In a game like Tekken, defense leads to offense. And the best offense is, in fact, a good defense through punishment and other things like that. So I think that's what I'm taking away from watching you play, is that it's at this point, you've said before that you lack confidence in your gameplay, and lack of confidence leads to a lack of patience. So slow down, just slow down a little bit. Anyway, I will be doing more match analysis. I'm gonna be doing less on character and more on playstyle, because I'm still learning about each character. And I can't give you exact strategies or anything like that. But what I can do is analyze how you play and what you do in response to specific moves or characters or strategies, and try to help you become a better player as a result. Anyway, this was Calkos, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.